Hey guys, Bow Wow Jimmy Rao here. Hey, if you haven't done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. All right, today, here's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do a little review on the Flex Feel. So I just wanna let you guys know I've been using it now for a while. I've had the car back for a couple weeks. Although I was on vacation for 1 week, I drove it 2 days before I left. And I've been driving it for the last 3 days just to kind of get a feel for it, break everything in. So here's where we're at. I went to West Valley tonight, on the other side of town, here in Phoenix, and I want to track the mileage. But first, I went to the fuel station. The Flex Fuel, E85 actually is what they sold at this station. I didn't do like the little test or anything like that. So I'm just gonna assume it's somewhere close to 85. And it was $2.88 a gallon. Sounds high, but right now, regular unleaded is in the low 325 or so. Some stations, it's up to $4 a gallon, depending on where you live in the country. So that's just for regular, and premium is always at least 20 to 30 cents more. So let's just say I saved at least $1 a gallon, right? So I saved $1 a gallon, and before I did all the performance with the Flex Fuel, the cam, and all that stuff, if I were going on the freeway, depending on what I had a cruise set at, right? Let's just say I averaged about 20 to 21 miles per gallon on a longer trip, 50 miles or farther. So to test this out tonight, going on the other side of town, I hit the reset button after I filled up. Wouldn't believe it. So I saved $1 a gallon. I have more performance. The car sounds better. It actually runs better in the hot climate out here on the Flex Fuel or E85. And guess what? I got 17.7 miles per gallon. So like about 3 miles per gallon less, not a big deal. I knew that coming in, but I'm actually very impressed considering Flex Fuel burns faster. So I'm really curious to see what kind of mileage I get if I were to just put 91 octane in, fill it up, and go 50 miles or farther, just to see what kind of mileage. Oh, not to mention, before I did these modifications, these cars from the factory are set on the cylinder deactivation mode, which means it goes from 8 cylinders down to 4, so it's supposed to save you fuel economy, right? Well, I guess maybe it does, but this is Flex Fuel, a lot more power, the cam, and I'm still getting 17.7. Whereas I was getting like 21 and a half, let's just say. So not that much less. I would say it's a win. I would say I'm very, very happy. And I don't care what anybody says, I would still recommend the Flex Fuel. The only downside is you do kind of, depend on where you live in the country, you have to drive around to kind of figure out where the pumps are at, right? Now here's another example. The Flex Fuel station or E85 pump that's closest to where I live now is about 8 to 10 miles away. So if I get in the car and drive, it's all side streets. So if I get in the car and drive there through traffic, bumper to bumper, stoplights, you name it, whatever, even if I don't stop at all the lights, some of them stay green, I get about 8 to 10 miles per gallon. That's not even with gas in it hard. It's just normal driving speeds, no hard accelerations. About 10, 8 to 10, whatever the range might be. If I stop at a lot of lights, obviously it's a lot less because the cam does use more fuel. So now I discovered if I get on the freeway and drive around actually to go to the fuel station that sells the Flex Fuel, the E85, it actually makes sense to take the freeway. Just kind of thought that was interesting. Whereas before everybody's like, well, why would you take the freeway? It's farther. It might be farther, but it's keeping that cost fuel mileage down. I don't have to pay as much at the pump because it's not burning as fast. So I just want to kind of give a review, because some people are skeptical about the flex fuel. I've actually, every show I've been to for the last 2 weeks, I've been promoting. I'm like, you guys should get flex fuel. You got flex fuel? Everybody's like, no, I heard it burns fast. It does, but I think if you're on the freeway, it's not really going to make a difference. If you're buying a performance car, you're not looking at mileage anyhow. So I just want to say, if you have the opportunity in your car and you want more power, go with the flex fuel. And another thing that I love about it, it smells better than gas. You get that cool, it almost makes you feel tough, muscle car smell, but not as much as like the old muscle cars. It just smells different. You don't have the smell with 91 octane that you do out of the tailpipe of the flex fuel. I think that's all for tonight. I hope you guys like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.